our 62 four-wheel and the fixed open. So they'll be trying to get one of these fine Lake County director's chairs. What they try to do is get a pair or maybe 2 or 3 of them. I know our four-wheelers, we've got 3 guys back there that got one of these. None of them have 2 of them. So they're going to be working on that coming up at our second class this afternoon. First puller, Fred Jessen, one of our newer members of Hoosier State. He's out of Goshen, Indiana. All right, Fred didn't get a good start that time. I'm sure that unless he would happen to have some kind of motor problem, that he would want to drop that and come back. Our flagman right down here on the ball, you see Wayne Locker as he gives the signal for Fred Jessup. See that closed fist line, that's the signal to the driver to just sit easy, wait for him to unhook the chain after they back up. And of course, at this time, then we have our flagman who conferred with our weight transfer operator to decide whether they think they've got the weight transfer set correctly. And as they're given for a prize on the trophy, it's going to be pre-tested. It's already put
Fred
together.
Jessup
It comes in the box, so I'm just
didn't take his pole and dropped the pole later in the class.
I don't have a chance to win one of these. This is Paul Waite. She's out of St. Mary's, Ohio. His International 966. It's called Wipeout. It's one of the hottest tractors pulling in the state of Ohio. I tell you what, when he pulls in that pro stock classes over there at that Buckeye State, they know he's there. Oh wait, Wipeout. Scratching their head. Now we see Brad Baird. He's our starting line flagman. He's going to go down and talk to Wayne Locker along with Paul. Now here's the situation, ladies. Carl Smith.
Paul Waite had a full pole.
Case IH Magnum has been a former Indy Super Pole winner. He's a farmer down there in the Greenfield area. Farms a lot of acreage when he's not tractor pulling. He's one of the tops in Indiana. Carl Smith. So you got one of the hottest tractors in the state of Indiana takes it out the end. And of course, one of the hottest tractors in the state of Ohio is taking it out the end. Championship in 1994.
Carl
so
Smith had a full pole.
That has the 10,000-pound pro stock class, he doesn't have to pay any entry fee. And as they pull quite a few of these classes during the season, every time that he comes, he saves himself $20 on that entry fee. Tim Kane needs to take it out the end to tie for the lead. Tim Kane out of New Palestine, Indiana. You know, you've seen him on TV possibly at different times.
Tim Kane had a full pole.
Or different poles, and you wonder what the difference is when we talk about super stocks and pro stocks. Pro stock tractors are allowed only 24.532s compared to 30.532s on a super stock. So they run just a little bit smaller tires, plus they are only allowed 1 turbocharger compared to 2, 3, or 4 on a super stock. Roger Peterson now, he's got his work cut out. He's got to take it out the end. Roger
Roger Peterson's
He and his
distance was
father over there
298
got a
feet
couple
9
of
inches,
firsts and a second over there in the
298.9.
stock classes running at 18 and 22,000 pounds. So they, of course, obviously not with this tractor, but they've got some hot farm stock tractors that really let everybody know what's going on. But Fred's moved up now. He's in some tough company. He's got to take it out the end. International 966. All right, let's give him a hand to a good try for Fred Jessup. And it looks like he lost a belt right off the bat. Certainly that hurt him a little bit. Oh, it might have hurt him a little bit down there. Quite possibly see some of the teeth going red line on that. Here, as he pulls off, he's got kind of a little wants to have one. As long as it's far enough away that it's not in conflict, that is allowed.
Fred Jessup's distance was 239 feet 10 inches, 239.10.
How many John Deere fans we got here today? How much? Yeah, okay. Got a lot of red tractors. This is the only John Deere this afternoon. Gonna have to holler for this guy here. We want to put a big green one down there past that 300-foot mark. 3 full pulls and a 298.9. Tom Morfin. Blood, sweat, and tears. Let's give him a round of applause over Tom. Tom normally runs, like I say, a little bit better than that. You can see that as he was out on the track, he got a little bit of a kind of a clomp buzz type sound out of the turbo system. Quite possibly might have wounded that at a previous pull or whatever. Normally that tractor does real well in this pro stock class. Not quite what you would expect, not allowed in this pro stock class.
Tom Morfitt's distance was 271 feet 9 inches,
So there's the signal,
271.9.
signal campaign to tighten the weight transfer, looks down the line. There's the green. Only one place to go. Got to take it down there, 300 feet. Anything left, it'll be down the line. Looking good. I'll tell you what, we said quite possibly one of the most improved tractors in 1995. Send your money in and possibly
Kent Payne had a full pull.
We know you could get that subscription. So as the boys are walking the ground, I don't see them exactly where they're at right now. But they're going to be walking around holding them up. And if you kind of want to take a glance at them, I'm sure they'd let you take a look. But they got all the top drivers from all over the nation in there in them glossy pictures. Well worth that minimum dollar fee. Doug McKinley out of Winamac, Indiana, case 1070. He's our next puller. Doug finished 5th in the points in 1994. Our man from Winamac, Doug McKinley, as he finished 5th in the points, he got a slow start. Guys do have their rigs. This is one you certainly want to take a look at. Tim Overmeyer,
Doug McKinley had a full pull.
He's got a replica picture of an old-time binder on one side, and then he's got one of those new Case IH harvesters on the other side. Quite a switch, and I tell you, the detail work on this particular tractor is just beautiful. He's pretty proud of that because he just got it done this week. So if you get a chance after the pull, if you can catch him before he gets all loaded up down there, usually they've got some extra time, you might want to take a close look at that. And here's our boys that's selling the programs. There's one of them right down here. They're only $1. That'd be a good chance if you got a hold of one of them. This is the official pull program. It's got the Banner Brothers in there. It's got Art Arfons, I think, and Dusty Arfons with their jet tractors. It's got pictures of that. It's got pictures of all your Grand National tractors. And it's got all the jargon that the tractors... Tighten the chain. Last first round competitor here, the 10,000 pound pro stock class. Jim Overmeyer, the Sand Hill Binder. Five out the end. International 1466. Setting out the other end. As they said, it's looking good here just a week or so ago. Down there, the track, good enough.
Tim Overmeyer had a full pull. This is a pull off the 10,000 pound pro stock class.
But also makes it rough on the driver as he pulls down the track also. Here we go, first driver. Paul Waits out of St. Mary's, Ohio. Down as close as 290 with that run. I can't really tell from this angle. Maybe even further than that. He'll have a pretty good indication.
Paul Waits' distance in the pull-off was 297 feet 7 inches, 297.7.
Former Grand National points champion, former Hoosier State points champion in the pro stock class. He's ready, Carl Smith. And that float finish really came into being right there. He's past the 300. I don't know how far. Another round of applause. Stock tractors in the super stock rank.
Carl Smith's distance in the pull-off was 314 feet
Actually,
6
there's times
inches,
when Tim does better
314.6.
running against the super stocks, and really it shouldn't be because he runs those smaller tires than one turbocharger. When he gets that down to 7,500 pounds, he really turns the tires. Tim Kane, our puller, New Palestine, Indiana. Nose heavy that time. You notice when Carl Smith got up, came up in the air, kind of juggled a little bit, and then it kind of settled down, and he had the front end about 1.5 to 2 feet off the ground. What happened to Tim Kane that time? He got a little bit nose heavy. The tractor got to bounce a little bit and widely back out of it. You get to bouncing, that costs you some axle problems or transmission problems, so widely backing out, save it for another day. But let's give him another round of applause. Tim Kane, just a little bit heavy on the nose that time.
Tim Kane's distance in the pull-off was 196
go.
feet 9 inches, 196.9.
And we'll be going into that second class here this afternoon. 6,200 pounds, four-wheel drive. Campaign, different group. Down in that, around that 300-foot mark, maybe past the 300, I can't tell from this angle. All the way to 297 in second spot before we measure. And Doug gets ready to go. He's got his
Campaign's distance in the pull-off was 303 feet even, 303.0.
1070 at one time, that special edition, and each one of the dealers got one tractor that was painted this way. This tractor painted in commemorative of that anniversary tractor and the case line. Here we go. We've got the green Doug McKinley out of Winamac, Indiana. 303 or better to take over second. Just a little bit, carried the front end down the track, couldn't have had it balanced any better. Driver-wise, I'll tell you what, he hit it without their extra ballast weight.
Doug McKinley's distance in the pull-off was 290 feet 7 inches, 290.7.
If they do decide to drop down and run that class, they have to have at least 200 pounds of movable weight, and that's one of the rules. In other words, if you want to run the 75 super stock class, the most you can weigh would be 7,300 because you got to have that 200 extra pounds. But this is Jim Overmeyer out of Monterey, Indiana. But it could well put him in close to second spot. He's over 303 feet. It is wounded a little bit, but he said
Tim Overmeyer's distance in the pull-off was 301 foot 1 inch, 301.1. This is the mixed open class, Crown Point, Indiana.
Points champion in the 7,200 pound modified class. He got 4 points in the state of Indiana than anyone else last year. Don Dean, he'll be our test puller. We do the same in each class. It doesn't matter if it's mixed open, pro stocks, trucks, or whatever. First puller has the option of coming back and pulling in number 6 position. Don Dean, he's out of Trafalgar, Indiana, the plumber's nightmare. right away you can see that the turbochargers there on that left engine are giving him a hard time. Well, let's put our hands together anyhow for Don Dean. At least he came up here and gave it a shot. Got a need here a couple of years ago, the very first time that they ever hooked this tractor to any weight transfer 2 years ago, right here at the Lake County Fair. So he may be having a little trouble with one of these Hemis, but it looks like his Geo is working pretty good. You can always count on them Chevrolets, I guess. That's what John Six was telling me as he came up here a little bit ago. Well, if you got young
Don
kids,
Dean's distance was 202
and if you got anybody you care about, be sure to protect your ears on this one because they're going to rattle the bleachers. I'm going to tell you that. Scotty Setter out of Marion, Indiana. 3 526 cubic inch Chevrolet. Loan and alcohol burning. How about another round, our first full pull, another round of applause there for Scotty. How many think more than that?
Scott Tedder had a
You're
full
wrong.
pull.
3.5 gallons of fuel per engine. 3.5 gallons per engine times 3 is the correct answer. So, a lot of you are really close on that one. It gets very, very expensive running these modified tractors. But we're back down to the smokers now. This is Doug McKinley. He's out of Winamac, Indiana. His case 1070. He's going to run the same weight as he did in the 10,000-pound pro stock. And that's what he weighs, 10,000 pounds. Doug McKinley. Giving up a lot of cubic inches, but remember, still weighing a couple of 1,000 pounds more than our first man out on the track. All right, well, we did pretty good with the
Doug McKinley's distance was 241 feet 10 inches, 241.10.
Carl Smith, he was our winner in the 10,000-pound pro stock class. He had one of the nicest runs without a doubt. This is normal set on the tractor. Let's give him a round of applause, Carl Smith. Boy, it got heavy real fast past that 200-foot mark. Now, Carl did say he was doing a little bit of experimenting. This wasn't a class that he normally runs for points. He said it.
Carl Smith's distance was 236 feet 10 inches, 236.10.
Here, Michigan. Scotty Tedder already out the end.
Bob Jostock's distance was 265 feet 10 inches, 265.10.
You're wondering what kind of fuel these diesel tractors use in rates of consumption. Not really all that bad. We're talking about 3.5 gallons of alcohol fuel per engine on a triple modified. These diesel tractors are pretty miserly. On Deere 6030.
Roger Peterson's distance was 217 feet even, 217.0.
Scotty Tedder, of course, our leader. Bob Jostock with a wild child in second. Carl Smith in third at 236.10. Tom Morfett. Whoa, and when you see that kind of fire coming out, I'll tell you what, he's not using his 3 quarts of water, because that's what keeps that flame from coming up that high. And right away, he may well have problems with that water injection system. And a lot of times the line, if you see him take off, you might see just a little bit of a whiff of the red fire coming out of the stacks, but if you see a lot of it coming out, as Tom did, I don't know, I hope he didn't wound that thing too bad. So let's give him a round of applause. Tom Morfett, out of Royal Center. That's what happens if you get it just a little bit too hot. That's when you get that flame coming out the top. But it's still running there. That's a good sign. But I tell you what, if you run that hot very long, it ain't going to last. They got parts out there, Wayne? Ken Payne out of Petersburg, Indiana, International.
Tom Morfett's distance was 153 feet 5 inches, 153.05.
He's off. He's ready to go. He's over 236. If he's over 241.10, he'd be in third spot. Scott Tedder, full. And then Bob Jostock.
Kent Payne's distance was 238 feet 3 inches, 238.03.
Tim Kane, the Red Gambler, International 1066. As he gets unhooked, it's going to be right in that same area. Scotty Tedder with that.
Tim Kane's distance was 236 feet 8 inches, 236.8.
I think it's going to be awful tough to beat him with that kind of run that he has. Bob Jostock, of course, in that second spot. Jim Overmeyer. as far as main distances go. .241, 236, 238, 236.
Tim Overmeyer's distance was 245 feet, 8 inches, 245.8.
State of Ohio. International 966.